All right, call hello Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Brakah Kadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of Ruel. I am not a member of Great Millstone, yet I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this, wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. This is a quick one. I just happened to see this. So I'm going to let this play and get a couple scriptures, and then we'll call it. But I pray that even though this is, through the Spirit, it may or may not be short. I don't know. But if it is, I pray that you're edified.
I have like 20 lawyers that are friends and daddies and men that will fucking go to bat for me, and I have on retainer more than you could ever come at me with. So, and I will depict you being a black man or a Muslim man living in Miami. Are you even a fucking citizen? I'm wondering. And I'm a Republican-ass woman.
His name's Amru. His name's Amru Foodle, his real name.
I think he's a fucking, what are you, a terrorist or a Democrat? Because honestly, you look like a liberal-ass little bitch to me. And honestly, I'm a Republican woman. I'm a white woman living in America. You want to come at me?
So you see it, you hear it, right? Now, I don't know. She could be a speckled bird, or she could be a terror, or she just could be an Edomite. And if she is, then there's nothing but gloom and doom for her in her future anyway. But our people also cling unto this place, and you see, and then the scriptures say that we'd be a byword. Psalms 44. That we would be a byword among these nations. We would get scattered and be a byword and a proverb among these other nations. So, and notice she used the word black, right? And our people still cling to that, even though the truth is out. You can go on TikTok and go to lives, and everybody's talking about the Hebrew Israelites. And then you have some that are talking about the black Hebrew Israelites. And you need to beware of the black Hebrew Israelites, or the people that use that term, because we are not black. We are shades of brown, and these Edomites are shades of red. Pink is a shade of red. Now, she's full of makeup, but, she's a shade of red. And I don't know if those are her lips, but she got Jake lips. So you never know. But the point of this is, our people trust in this very system that, that is not for them, right? They're not... And the funny thing is that a lot of our women would do this too. Now, they ain't gonna say that, but they will. I've seen some of our own call the police on their man, right? They poke the bear, and they throw the rocks and hide their hand. And basically, our people have adopted the ways of the heathen because we were scattered among them. So, let's get the first scripture, the most obvious one. I have Isaiah 31. We'll read it. We'll go ahead and read it in the NLT. Okay, this is the futility of relying on Egypt. And this place, of course, is spiritual Sodom, spiritual Edom. This is the Roman Empire 2.0, right? That deadly bone that was healed is healed through this place. This is the horde that rides on the back of the beast. So let's go ahead. All right. What sorrow awaits those who look to Egypt for help? Those of us trusting in the science. You know what I'm saying? They trust in the system. They trust in the science. And science that cannot be questioned is simply propaganda. And I will leave that right there. You do with that information what you will. Trusting in their horses, chariots, and charioteers, and depending on the strength of human armies instead of looking to Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, right? In his wisdom, Yahweh will send great disaster. He will not change his mind. He will rise against the wicked and against their helpers, all right? And our people are the helpers. Some of our people are the helpers of the wicked, which makes them wicked as well, okay? Their horses, for these Egyptians, are mere humans, not God. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirits, right? Because the mighty spirits are the chariots that are coming, all right, to save the hopeful elect, while everyone else here is trusting in the God of this world, or the world, the the ruler of this world, whom his hand, the rulership was given unto him. It's not like he took anything. He didn't do this by his own strength and his own force. It was given, according to prophecy. Job 9:24, it was given into the hand of the wicked. And we know that Esau Edom is the wicked through the book of Malachi. So, again, do with that information what you will. Okay? And then another thing that I find interesting is the pride in these people. And that is, our people have taken on the likeness and the image of these heathen, of their father. Esau, their daddy, their God is Esau Edom. Because our people act like that. We just act like a lesser form of what they do. Like Elder Yashawama said this perfectly. Like, they are international niggas. The things that we do to each other on a set of maybe 4 or 5 blocks in a small city, they go around the world and do it. International niggas. And our people they've taken unto that because we worship the idols that they worship. So that means you're going to be built and remade in the likeness and the image of the people, of the idols that you worship, and the people thereof. I guess that's how you want to say it. But all in all, to top it all off, to make sure that you are truly, made in their image, and you see them as God, right? That you got one more thing you have to do. You just gotta go on ahead and go here and do that right there. You see that? Look at it. You're looking at the screen. Check it out. The highlighted portion. And that's gonna solidify that. But that's not the point of this video. But I just figured I would make that point, as much as I can, because the technology is here, right? And at one point they were saying these are the C word, and now they can't stop talking about it, and people are still blind as ever. And the next point I wanted to make was the power that these people have, especially these women at the power, because your women is not supposed to usurp authority over a man, but since we live in a backward society, that is just that's just the nature of the beast you have to deal with when you're dealing with women nowadays here, that this could happen to you, what that chick was talking about, if you don't give her way, or if you do something she don't necessarily agree with, boom, there you go, now you're a black man or a Muslim. And pretty soon all these women gonna have to say was, I heard him say Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and ain't that what them black Hebrew Israelites, them terrorist groups, ain't that what they be talking about? And then boom, your ass is hemmed up. All right, but the Lord will, if you are you sincere brother, the Lord he's gonna take care of you, or he'll get you to avoid that situation anyway, or avoid that situation altogether. By exercising wisdom, we can avoid these things. So, since I said that, I said I want to go to 51. And so this is the judgment of Babylon, Jeremiah saw. And it says, verse 8, 51 verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country, for her judgment reaches into heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. And that's why I was saying the power that these people have is directly correlated with this system. So as soon as all of this falls, right, you'll be restored back to your order. All the reason more to be crying for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to be proclaiming the gospel and praying that he comes soon. Please come soon, because as soon as the Lord has returned, that's your benchmark. Esau Edom falls, the Lord returns, and then that righteous kingdom is set up, and order will be placed back in the earth. But let me go to verse 6, right? Oh, here we go. Verse 6 is also what I wanted. So flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So that's the people that are trusting in this system, that depend on this system and the science of this system and everything that this system has to offer. If they are codependent on it, if the first thing they do is operate in the flesh and they don't sit back, or because your flesh may jump, but at the same time you're like, all right, Lord, just whatever you're gonna work. If your thing ain't to pray, if your thing is to work out a win through this system, this is for you, because you ain't gonna win. This is not your rest. You don't have anything here for you that's going to benefit you. Now, you can use the world as not abuse it, and there's nothing wrong with bettering your situation. But just know that it is all temporary, and the Lord is on his way back to tear it all down, leaving no stone on top of another. All right, and that's the reason we're doing it all over again, right? This is why we fail. Let's just get an example of that. Why we're in the situation we're in now. But thanks to, the water Yahweh Bashim outside, that hopeful elect, the remnant, we are behaving differently. We get it. We don't want to go back into this anymore. That's why that second covenant is so vital, that the laws are writing on our inward parts, and we don't ever have to go off again. Going off will be an impossibility. But while we're in this flesh, our people continue to do the things that land us in between a rock and a hard spot, right? So let's go to we're in 2 Kings verse 17. We'll go to verse 9. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their God, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced cities, and they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree, and there they burnt incense in all high places, and did as did the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them. See, following after the ways of those that he gave us the strength to put out to give us the land, and we went back and followed after the ways of them. So they were doing those disgusting things, which is why the Lord gave us the power to put them out. So what do you think, what is the next logical explanation that would happen if, we did the same thing they did to get kicked out of the land, right? And wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they served idols, wherefore the Lord has said unto them, ye shall not do this thing. So that idol worship, because you got folks that still trust in this two-sided illusion of choice, which is Democrat and Republican, and they're trusting in the legal system, and they're trusting in things that were set up to be against you from the very jump. Now, can it work in your favor? Yeah, it can sometimes, but our people wholeheartedly believe in this place. They believe in this place with their heart, or their mind, their la'ab. And it shouldn't be so. It should always be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai first, and you treat this place like a transient member. You're here to, partake in some of the amenities that it has to offer, so you can better your little situation or what have you. But this is not your home. This is not, this is not where you can lay your head and rest and be at peace and at ease. This is your captivity. And the sooner our people realize that this is our captivity, you'll know how to better operate within this place, right? And while we're on the subject, we'll get since we just read doing as the heathen do, we'll go here. Here we go. Okay. We'll go straight to the point, verse 21. And the children of Israel. So this is we coming out of the captivity of Babylon. Cyrus allowed us to rebuild the temple. It's been set up, and they're about to do the Passover, right? So verse 21, and the children of Israel, which were come again out of captivity, and all such as had separated themselves unto them from the filthiness of the heathen, separated themselves unto them from the filthiness of the heathen of the land, to seek the Lord God of Israel. All right. So you have to separate yourself in order to properly seek the Lord, right? Because a friend of the world is the enemy of the Lord, right? And the people of the world, they should not I guess, be in total agreements with you, right? So, you're cordial to folks while you need to be, live peaceably with all, man, if you can. But when it comes down to, the very bottom line, once we move towards the future a little bit, and you're going to have to make a bold proclamation and a stance, folks are going to single you out. And as it should be, because if everybody is in agreement with you, especially worldly, then you're doing something wrong. You are. So we need to get up out of here. All right? We need to get up out of here. So things like this from heathen and our own people, they can't happen. It won't stand in the kingdom to come. None of these things. Your children will dwell safely, right? Your women will be in order. And they won't be trying to compete with you. Utter and complete perfection will be what this new kingdom is. And you got to believe that it's coming. You got to believe that Yahweh Shai is going to crack those clouds and utterly, he going to put in work. Let's say that. He going to put in work, right? And he's going to lift up a standard for his men, and they going to put in work. But all in all, it's time to go, right? So, Ezekiel 9:4, make sure you got that mark, because you sighing and crying and you're not capitulating. I believe that's the term. You're not in league with this world. You're sighing and crying against it for the abominations. Because the more and more you learn about this truth, the more and more you submerge yourself into it, it's vexing, because you see how things ought to be. And they're just simply, the reality of it is they are not there yet. But that's the beauty of the gospel, is that they're coming. So, shalom.